And we're back for our daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel here for June 4th. Yesterday wasn't our best day. Padres did save the night like they've been doing for a while now. But looking for a better day today. We've been on fire at the MLB Best Bets. Yesterday was just I would say, rare off night at this point. So we're going to get back on the right track today. We've got some early games. We've, of course, got the evening games and the nightcap games as well. So our 5 best bets for this entire MLB slate. Now, before we get into the best bets, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB best bets here on the channel. A couple days ago, we posted our game number 1 predictions for the NBA Finals between the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. That is linked in the description down below. Go check out that video, and also go check out our UFC 316 predictions with Mlb Best and Sugar Sean O'Malley in the main event this weekend from the Prudential Center. Again, that is linked in the description down below on Greedo Plays MMA, and go subscribe to Greedo Plays MMA as well. Again, we are less than 200 subscribers away from 1,000. Let's go make that happen. Okay, on to the first of our 5 best bets today for the MLB, and we're kicking things off with the Brewers and the Reds. Again, a game that we've talked about throughout the first 2 games of this series. We talked about Brewers and Reds on Monday. We talked about Brewers and Reds yesterday. We have not hit our bets on Brewers Reds in either of the games so far in this series. Looking to change that right now. Monday, unfortunately, we had Brewers money line. Yesterday, we had the NRFI, and there was a run scored in the top half of the first inning. Looking for some get back tonight. Hunter Green couldn't come through for us yesterday. I'm hoping Andrew Abbott can come through today for Cincinnati. And now Abbott's been phenomenal this season. The last time we picked a game in which Abbott started, the Reds won 6-2 against the Chicago Cubs, the red hot Chicago Cubs that we will talk about in a few moments here. But in that start, Abbott was lights out, and that's what gives me a lot of confidence, by the way, from Mackenzie Gorlayer today. Regardless, though, Abbott against the Cubs goes 7 innings, 1 hit, 0 runs. Hell, the start before that, he had against Chicago another victory, 5 2/3, 6 hits, 1 run. Andrew Abbott's been lights out. Even the start before that against the Cleveland Guardians, he goes 5 innings, 4 hits, 0 runs. So Abbott's had 3 straight starts where he's given up 1 run combined in those 3 starts. The ERA this season is 1.51 for the 26-year-old out of Lynchburg, Virginia. Abbott has been one of the elite pitchers in the majors so far this season. The one thing I guess is the couple things that are holding him back in terms of really just being acknowledged as a really elite guy is, well, actually there's a couple things, more than a couple. His name, he plays in the Reds, he's not Hunter Green, his strikeout numbers are down, his expected batting average is a lot higher than it is, or expected ERA. And other than that, I mean, Abbott's been really good. 1.51 ERA. The numbers don't lie. Again, it's kind of, I hate to crap on Pete Crow Armstrong here, but it's that whole thing with like PCA. Like, is PCA going to continue to put up these numbers for the entire season? Well, the advanced metrics tell us that's likely not going to happen. Now, for Andrew Abbott, we're hoping, I don't care what the advanced metrics say. I don't care that he's not expected to keep this up for the entire season. I don't care about that. We just need 1 game at you, pal. Okay, we just need 1 game from you at home at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio against the Brewers. And I think Abbott can give us that, right? Hell, his last 5 starts have all been really good. Even the 2 losses that the Reds have had where Abbott's been on the mound against the White Sox, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. Braves, 5 innings, 4 hits, 0 runs, 8 strikeouts in that game against Atlanta. I mean, that last start he had against the Cubs at Wrigley last Friday was by far his best start of the season. 7 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 0 runs, 8 Ks. I mean, you can't ask for a better start out of a starting pitcher. So I can rely on Andrew Abbott to go deep in this game, I think, or at least give us 6 innings of either 0 or 1 run baseball. So that's pretty much, for me in this spot, the main reasoning for why I'm taking Cincinnati is because how good Abbott's been and how good he's been in the month of May. And hopefully that, continues now into June. Abbott's been phenomenal. Now, the Reds' bats do concern me a little bit at times, but hell, they won yesterday 4-2. They had 8 hits in that game, obviously winning it after going down 2-0. Tyler Stevenson shows up, hits a big home run in the 4th. Will Benson hits one in the 8th as well. It was Connor Joe who plated the go-ahead run back in the bottom of the 7th with the sacrifice fly. But Cincinnati, hitting-wise, looked really good in that game. We talked about the top of the lineup a lot. Like, if TJ Friedel's on, if Gavin Lux is on, and if Ellie De La Cruz, if those guys are going, you look at a guy in the 4th spot like Tyler Stevenson, who we've said, right, a guy who hits way better than his average indicates. He's a .239 hitter, but it always feels like in Cincinnati Reds games that Tyler Stevenson is always in the middle of, big rallies, and he's always one of the guys that are getting things going, and that was apparent again last night. Obviously, they weren't in that game if it's not for Tyler Stevenson's home run in the 4th inning. Right? Milwaukee's got a good team, but on paper, I think the Reds lineup is actually a little bit better. And especially with the game being in Cincinnati, I would expect the Reds, right, to be the favorite in this game. They are obviously odds-wise, but I'm just saying, like, in terms of just thought process here, I would expect, and this is why, again, we're taking Cincinnati. Them at home, I like their lineup more than Milwaukee's. I get it right, Churang, Contreras, Frelick, but there's a lot of good matchups for us, at least lefty-lefty with Andrew Abbott, like a Yelich, like a Frelick. There are good matchups for us today. And then I look at who's starting for the Brewers. This is DL Hall. He's just going to be an opener, obviously. I don't think Hall's going to go more than 4 innings, I'll say. He's pitched in 2 games so far this season. He pitched against the Red Sox, went 2 1/3, 2 hits, 1 run against the Phils. He was really good. 3 innings, 0 hits, 0 runs. But again, he's nothing but an opener. That means the Brewers are going to have to go to their bullpen eventually. And we know for Cincinnati, we have a surefire guy who's going to give us a lot of innings and who's going to be really good on the mound as well. So I think just a lot of things favor Cincinnati here. The game is in Ohio as well. These two teams have split the first 2 of this 3-game set. And I think on getaway day, the Cincinnati Reds do get the Milwaukee Brewers. I'm taking Reds money line here at home, -120 for Andrew Abbott and the Big Red Machine. Give me Cincinnati at home against the Milwaukee Brewers. Let's go on to our second best bet of the video. Yes, it is our Washington Nationals best bet of the video. We are going Nationals money line yet again, okay? Yesterday, I threw a dart. No, I'm not going to say I threw a dart. I got too ambitious with the pick with the Washington Nationals money line, okay? I fell into the trap again of, oh, the Nats are back. I'm not going to say that they're not back, and I'll kind of talk about that full game in a second here. But today is different, all right? It is Mackenzie Gore bump day, right? Mackenzie Gore, who leads all of Major League Baseball right now in strikeouts, does get the start today against the Chicago Cubs, a team that I think, does struggle, quite a bit with lefties, as we just mentioned with Andrew Abbott's last 2 starts against Chicago. 13 combined innings, 1 run plated against Andrew Abbott, right? I mean, Mackenzie Gore is one of the best left-handed pitchers in all of baseball. He's the best strikeout guy right now in all of baseball. He's tied for the Major League lead in strikeouts. Who just tied him? I did not know this. Excuse me. Crochet tied him. Wow. I believe now, I think they've had the same amount of starts. Anyways, they're both at 101. Damn. Because Gore had 12 in the Braves game. Ridiculous. The guy's a monster. Don't get me wrong. Anyways, though, Mackenzie Gore is going to retake his strikeout lead tonight. It's a lefty-lefty matchup with both starting pitchers, right? Gore being a lefty and the southpaw for Chicago's Matt Boyd. The thing with Matthew Boyd is, right, he's been good this year, 3.08. Again, ERA. He hasn't been as good as Gore. I'm just a little concerned with the Nats bats because they don't see left-handed pitching often, and they have 9 guys who hit from the left side of the plate. So obviously, with the lefty on the mound and Boyd, that means Josh Bell is going to turn over to the right side of the plate. Keeper Ruiz is going to bat from the right side. Expect Alex Call to get the start, likely over probably Dalen Lyle, if I'm not mistaken. I assume he'd start over Lyle instead of RH3. And expect, God, they're going to bench Luis Garcia, aren't they? No. Ahmed Rosario's going to have to play third, yeah. Rosario playing third for Jose Tena. So at least that will get us 4 rights and 5 lefts. That's likely what's going to happen. I don't think Jacob Young's back yet. He's back in his rehab assignment in Harrisburg. I don't think Young's back for today's game. I'd expect him back probably for the Texas series starting on probably Friday for him. Anyways, I am taking the Nationals to win. We don't know if Kyle Tucker's playing. He did not play yesterday, obviously still dealing with that injury that he suffered, or really just, I believe it's the bruising on his hand after he got hit by a pitch. Mackenzie Gore's been electric all season long. I mean, that start against the Mariners was great. Now, the Nationals couldn't get him the win. Obviously, the Nats ended up winning the game, but specifically to Gore's record, they couldn't get him the win. He went 6 innings, 4 hits, 0 runs, 8 strikeouts, a phenomenal game, and a great 5th and 6th innings for Mackenzie Gore. He's been shut down all season long, and I think he's going to be completely fine today against Chicago. I know this is a great lineup. Pete Crow Armstrong's amazing. Seiya Suzuki, right? If Kyle Tucker's in the lineup, right? There's a lot of great guys. I am still going to back Mackenzie Gore. I think the Nationals are going to be good enough against Matthew Boyd. They haven't seen a lefty in a while. But again, when I really break things down here, like, all right, there are going to be, there's going to be 4 Nats batting from the right side of the plate. And the 5 lefties, and these are all guys we like. It's CJ Abrams, it's James Wood, it's Nathaniel Lowe, it's likely Robert Hassel, I would assume. is going to be one of the lefties, and then Luis Garcia. I mean, these are all lefties that we really like in the lineup, and I think the Nats are going to be okay. Now, why I think this is different from yesterday? Well, the main reason is Trevor Williams doesn't have to pitch today. Guys, I don't want to be too negative with the Nationals, right? It's an up and down season. They play 162 games for a reason. I get it. I change my opinion on the team every single day. But, okay, I'm going to remain adamant on the fact that Trevor Williams needs to be done, okay? There is no DFAing him because he's under contract. Just move him to the bullpen. And it's just, I can't do it anymore with Trevor Williams. I really can't. Yesterday, an 8-3 loss for the Nationals. I'm not telling you they were going to win that game without Trevor Williams pitching, but damn it, it was a winnable spot. Williams goes 4 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs. I mean, every guy who got on scores against Trevor Williams. It's just, oh my goodness, I can't do it anymore with the guy. Everything put in play feels like it's a hit at this point. He had a really good first inning, and then everything just went boom, downhill with Williams pitching. Coming off that great start in Seattle, I kind of felt like it was a fluke, and it was, unfortunately. And the problem, though, with Trevor Williams is, A, he's making all that money. The ERA, by the way, is up to 6.03. And I'll say something real quick. The difference between Trevor Williams and Patrick Corbin, we complained about Corbin a lot. Okay, A, Corbin won us the World Series, and B, at least Corbin would eat innings. He'd give up 6 runs, but he'd still go 6 or 7 innings because that's just what he did. Trevor doesn't do that, and he didn't win us a World Series. I need Trevor Williams gone, and honestly, I need Mitchell Parker gone out of the rotation as well. I need Cade Cavalli up, and I don't know, Brad Lord, I guess, back in the starting rotation. They're not going to do it, but that's what I would do. The guy's got a 6.03 ERA in Trevor Williams with his 85-mile-an-hour fastball. Get him to the bullpen immediately. I don't know what he helps in the bullpen, but he helps the team a lot more being in the bullpen and not pitching than he does pitching every 5th day. Because again, we are getting into Patrick Corbin territory, and I'd argue it might be worse. Because Corbin would have his days too, just like Williams did in Seattle. But my goodness, at least Corbin would eat innings for us and not have our bullpen go and have to pitch in the 5th inning where we got to use Chafin and then Henry, then Brisky, and then Rebalta and Salas. Oh man. I'm so sick of Trevor Williams pitching, man. Today will be different though. Mackenzie Gore's pitching and we should be okay. Give me Nats money line here at home against the Chicago Cubs. And they should win tomorrow too, okay? Jake Irvin versus Colin Rie. Yeah, sign me up for that as well. We'll get to that tomorrow. Anyways, third best bet of the video, our NRFI of the day. I know we're recycling a lot of the same games from yesterday, but guys, these are just the games with the best reads, I'm going to be honest with you. So I know, again, we're going back to the well here with Royals versus Cardinals. Now, honestly, I'm not mad at the Jack Caglione play yesterday, okay? He should have got a hit in his first at-bat. Victor Scott completely takes one away. That should have been an easy double for Caglione. Unfortunately, he just gets robbed. Hit a ball really hard to third base. I believe it was like 111 off the bat in his second at-bat. And obviously, he ended up going 0 for 5. Everyone got on the board yesterday for Kansas City, except for Caglione. But honestly, I still don't regret the pick. I think it was a good read. I think he's going to be fine. I think Caglione's going to be a really good player for that team. I don't care. He goes 0 for 5 yesterday. Regardless, we're hoping for 0 offense today in this matchup, obviously back at St. Louis or in St. Louis. The 2 Missouri teams, obviously the Royals and the Cardinals. I'm taking the NRFI here. Noah Cameron versus Miles Michaelis. I was very close to going Royals money line today, but there is a money line I like more, and I'll tell you about that in a second. You might know what it is. It has cashed for us in 3 consecutive days. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And there's nothing that's telling me to go away from it. So I'll get to that in a few moments here. So I did consider going Royals money line. I'm just a little scared, about the regression of the bats today coming off the 10-run outing yesterday. But I like Noah Cameron a lot, right? I mean, you look at that last start he had against the Reds, surprised me. I didn't think he was going to be able to pitch that well again. I mean, Noah Cameron so far this season, guys, he's gone 20 innings and he's given up, 3 runs? 1.05 ERA? Yeah, Noah Cameron's been really good. That last start against the Reds, 6 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, only 2 strikeouts, but who cares, right? Start before that against Minnesota, 6 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run, 8 strikeouts. Yeah, Noah Cameron's really good. He's really good. The lefty has been great. I look at this Cardinals team. I get it. There was 17 combined runs yesterday. Yeah, that's not gonna happen every night, trust me, with the Kansas City Royals and the St. Louis Cardinals, okay? That's an outlier. That's not gonna repeat itself. The matchups, Noah Cameron's gonna get in the bottom of the first, likely be Lars Nootbaar, it'll be Mason Wynn, it'll be Brendan Donovan, it'll be Contreras in the 4, Ivan Herrera in the 5. I'm okay with these matchups. I'm gonna be honest with you. Noah Cameron has shown me nothing so far to tell me, this is a very convoluted way of saying this, but Noah Cameron hasn't shown me anything to not make me believe he's gonna go through this lineup. Again, that was a convoluted way of saying that. I think Noah Cameron's getting 3 outs. That's a much simpler way to put it. The hardest out by far is Brendan Donovan, right? A guy batting .321 this season. Nootbaar and Wynn, I'll be honest, I'm not concerned about. I've seen Noah Cameron pitch against good lineups, and he's been perfectly fine so far this season. So really the concern for me is not with Noah Cameron. The concern is Miles Mikolas and the St. Louis Cardinals, obviously. Because of the bats that obviously, the bats that hit at the top of the order for Kansas City. Jonathan India on the 1, bats .244 on the year, but yesterday went 3 for 5. Okay. Bobby Witt Jr., one of the best players in the sport, batting .290 so far in the season. He went 2 for 4 yesterday with 4 RBI and a home run. And then there's Maikel Garcia on the 3 spot. He bats .313. He had a hit yesterday as well. Pasquantino in the 4, Salvi Perez in the 5, and if it gets there, likely Jack Caglione again is the designated hitter in the 6. Maybe he's going to play first tomorrow. They probably will play him in the field. We'll see. Yeah, I do get a little concerned about that. My thing though, right, I look at this is how I've always approached NRFIs. By the way, this is a bad slate for NRFIs today. Cubs Nationals isn't horrible, but I do get concerned sometimes about obviously the James Wood effect and whatnot. And then the other one I was thinking of was maybe DL Hall and Andrew Abbott, but Cincinnati and Milwaukee have scored early so far in these 2 games in the series. So I decided to go to this game, right? And the other NRFI I thought about, it's going to be the second money line today. We'll get to that in a few moments. So the way I look at this, right, I say, all right, I think Noah Cameron's going to get 3 outs. I'm not scared about him. Am I going to take minus 115 odds for Miles Mikolas to get 3 outs? Because I think Noah Cameron's kind of a sure thing. Ultimately, I've come to the decision that, yes, I think Miles Mikolas will be able to get 3 outs. Surprisingly, Miles Mikolas and the Cardinals have won the last 6 games he's started in after dropping the first 5, which is something. Mikolas, his last start wasn't even that good against the Orioles. 4 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs. Team still wins 6-4, just because the Orioles are kind of incapable of winning baseball games sometimes. But if you take away that start, look at the previous 3 that Mikolas has had. Against the Diamondbacks, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. Kansas City, 6 innings, 2 hits, 0 runs. Nationals, 5 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. Yeah, Mikolas has been pretty good. 3.9 ERA, but I mean, that went from 3.5 up to 3.9 because of his last start. Stuff happens, right? Mikolas' matchups, again, we talked about earlier, India, Witt, Garcia, Pasquantino, Perez, and I don't know, maybe Caglione. I think he'll be all right. Again, you just got to play the numbers, and obviously you need some luck as well. It's baseball, right? I'm going to take minus 115 odds for Miles Mikolas to get us 3 outs. I know Noah Cameron's going to get us 3 outs. He's been electric, and he's been great so far this season, and I'm not concerned about the Cardinals lineup. I'm really not. So go get us 3 outs, Miles Mikolas, and I know you're going to do it, Noah Cameron. Give me the NRFI here from St. Louis, Missouri. The 2 teams here in the Show Me State. I think Missouri's the Show Me State. I hope it is. Regardless, give me the NRFI here. Let's go on to our 4th best bet of the video. Yeah, we're doing it in 4 straight days. We're riding the Padres win streak here, guys. And this is why, okay? Hear me out. This team has been atrocious hitting-wise, and they've still cashed for us the last 3 days. There's going to come a day where they finally start hitting the baseball. And I think that's tonight. And I'm fine taking this, and I feel great about this actually, because I know the Giants aren't going to hit the baseball. This team is putrid on offense. I think that's the right use of that word. Oh my goodness. Something like that. They're god-awful hitting the baseball, okay? Again, that was a improper use of the English language. Anyways, the San Diego Padres in the last 3 days have cashed for us, right? At home against the Pirates, game that they're down 1-4 in, they come back win the game 6-4. Thank you, Tanner Rainey. 2 days ago against the San Francisco Giants, it's a game that goes into extra innings 0-0. Padres win it 1-0. Yesterday, I was at the game again. Padres cashed 3-2. Heliot Ramos hits a home run in the third inning to put the Giants up 2-0. Padres down to their final out. They get bases loaded. Manny Machado with a hit into left field ties the game. And in the top of the 10th, the Crone zone, Jake Cronenworth blasts one into right field. Ball game. Of course, the Giants don't score in the bottom of the 10th, even though they're gifted a runner in scoring position. Padres win the baseball game 3-2, right? This is my entire point with the Padres. They still aren't hitting the ball well. And they really haven't hit the ball well in the last 2-3 weeks. But you get a matchup tonight. Nick Pavetta's on the mound. He is the best pitcher in the San Diego rotation. I'm so serious. The Giants are getting shut out today. I don't think they're going to score. I get it, Pivetta, he's seen better days. He was really good to start the season. He's been a little bit shaky, over the last month, especially in that start in Colorado. But really, I look at Pivetta's last 3 starts, and I'm fine with it. Seattle, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. Atlanta, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. Pirates, 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs. Against the Giants, that means he's going to go 8 innings and he's going to give up 0 runs, and then Robert Suarez is going to come out for the bottom of the 9th, and he's going to shut them down, okay? Kyle Harrison's pitching for San Francisco. Harrison's good, okay? He's been the guy that has replaced Justin Verlander in the rotation for now. Saw him in Washington, went 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. Against the Marlins in his last start, 5 innings, 1 hit, 0 runs. Again, San Diego's offense has to figure it out eventually, right? They're too good not to. Machado goes 4 for 4 yesterday. He's the reason they win the baseball game. Luis Arraez, Fernando Tatis, Bogarts, Jackson Merrill has been ice cold to start this series as well. I think the Padres eventually have to turn it around, and they have the luxury of saying, okay, we still need to turn things around, and we've won back-to-back games already against our division rivals in the San Francisco Giants, and we've got 2 games on them now. Obviously, again, we're still in the month of June, but I mean, every division game's important, right? And San Diego's already put 2 more on the Giants in games where they played horribly in, right? And San Diego now is 4-0 this season against the Giants. Why not make it 5-0, right? We get Padres money line on the road. They have their best pitcher pitching. It doesn't really matter who's pitching for the Giants, I'm going to be honest, but because it's all a matter of if San Diego can finally get it going. I mean, obviously they had Logan Webb and they had Landon Rupp yesterday. Harrison, he's just, I don't think he's as good as either guy. We know he's not as good as Logan Webb. I think Rupp's better than Kyle Harrison. I know, again, Harrison's still fairly young, the 23-year-old out of San Jose, California. But my point, again, I think the Padres have to kind of figure it out hitting-wise, and I think today's going to be the day. And I don't think the Giants are scoring on Nick Pivetta. I just don't think they are. This is a god-awful offense. And they even got contribution yesterday out of both Patrick Bailey and Casey Schmidt, the 2 guys who I coined straight easy outs every single time they're up at the plate. Automatic outs, right? Jung-Hoo Lee's been struggling mightily. Elliot Ramos is great, but man, Matt Chapman's struggling. Adames, man, he's had a god-awful season. They got Encarnacion back, which he made a nice diving play yesterday, but yeah, I like the Padres on the spot. I am taking them for the 4th consecutive day. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm going San Diego money line once more here at Oracle Park in San Francisco, California. Give me the Padres to beat the Giants for the 3rd consecutive day. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow for it. Oh, Dylan sees Robbie Ray tomorrow. I don't know if I like that. We'll see. I'll get back to you tomorrow on that. Anyways, final best bet of the video. Let's go now to Los Angeles, California for our best player prop of the day. And yes, I kid you not, we're going to a Juan Soto player prop. Now, before you laugh, again, Juan Soto's had a very up and down 2025. Dare I say, though, he's kind of getting back on the right track, I think. I have clowned Juan Soto. I really have. His expected batting average is a lot higher than his actual batting average, right? Juan Soto's actual average is 233. I believe his expected is like in the 260s, which for a guy who's getting $700 million, yeah, you'd expect it to be more. But in all fairness to Soto, who I've been very harsh on all year long, yeah, he kind of should be batting a little. His average should be higher. The reason why I like this for Soto is he's on a big hitting streak right now of like 5 games. He's on a 4-game extra base hitting streak as well. That's why we're going with this, obviously, the over 1.5 total bases. Look at his last 4 games, right? 2 against Colorado at home in Queens, and then 2 against the Dodgers, right? Rockies on May 31st, 1 for 3, double. Sorry, 1 for 3 and a home run. Sunday, 1 for 2, home run. Monday against the Dodgers, 1 for 4, double. Yesterday, 1 for 5, home run. Soto's starting to kind of figure it out, I think. I think he is. So Juan's got the average at 233 now. A big reason to this, though, and why we're going with this play is because of his prior history against Tony Gonsolin, the starting pitcher tonight for the Los Angeles Dodgers, right? Gonsolin's not part of their elite pitching staff. Gonsolin actually has not been good this year. ERA is 5.23 for him on the season, and I'll break down his last couple games in a second. But Juan Soto, career-wise against Gonsolin, is the most, at-bats against Gonsolin on the New York Mets currently. It's 15. Juan is 6 for 15 with 2 doubles and no home runs, but 4 RBI. So Juan's batting 400 against Gonsolin, OBP of 400 as well, OPS of 1.067. Okay, I'll take that. Tony Gonsolin has not been that good this season. I'll say he's actually been really bad. Gonsolin's had one good start all year. It's surprisingly against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Back on May 11th, he went 5 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs. Since then, though, Gonsolin's had 3 pretty bad starts. Against the Angels, 4 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, and 5 walks. Mets start in Queens, 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks. Yankees start 6 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, 4 home runs against the Yankees. And I get it, it's New York, but still. This has Juan Soto home run written all over it. For as poorly as the guy has played this season, right, Juan Soto has gone yard in 3 out of his last 4 games. And if I know anything about Juan Soto, again, I joke about Juan Soto a lot. I give Juan Soto a lot of crap because what am I supposed to do? Kiss up to the guy? He plays in Queens now, okay? There's not a team in baseball I hate more than the New York Mets, okay? And yes, the Phillies and Braves included, and the Padres, actually, and yeah, and the Dodgers. I hate the Mets more than any other team, so that's why I'm always going to give Juan Soto crap. But I do recognize that Juan Soto, again, he's a big-time player. He steps up to the moment. He's back in Los Angeles. He never played, obviously, there. But, I mean, he's, Soto's had some big moments in LA, right? He just has, right? NLDS 2022, NLDS 2019, World Series. Juan Soto has played in Los Angeles, California under the brightest of lights, right? This is a guy who's going to step up in the moment. I know, again, he might be going 1 for 4. He might be going 1 for 5. But when Juan Soto does make his impact on the baseball game, it is usually a huge impact. And that's what he's done in 3 of his last 4 games. I know, again, the Rockies games, you can say what it is, and I'll be the first to say, again, one was great, one hit a home run, but it's against Antonio Senzatella, right? I think I said Juan Soto's on a 4-game extra base streak. He's on a 5-game extra base hit streak. On May 30th, he went 2 for 4 with the double. So Juan has cleared this line in his last 5 games, and Tony Gonsolin's pitching. And he's at plus 110. He's the 3rd highest Met to get these odds. It's Lindor, then it's Polar Bear Pete, and then it's Juan Soto. So does Vegas know something we don't? Because this is the guy with the highest average out of any New York Metropolitan against Gonsolin. Soto has been catching fire recently, maybe not with his average, but at least putting balls into gaps, putting balls into seats. Juan Soto's been a lot better, and he's always played fairly well in Los Angeles as well. Again, I will always date back to 2019, the game-tying home run in Game 5 of the NLDS against Clayton Kershaw. Shout out to Rendon, the pitcher before as well. But right, Soto's always played well here. He's always hit well against Gonsolin, and he's performing better right now as well. I'm taking Juan Soto here at plus 110 on the over 1.5 total bases. I think it's going to be via the deep fly. I think it's going to be via the long ball. I'm going to go Juan Soto home run. Don't bet the home run prop because we can also get this with 2 singles or a double, like Juan has done in the past recently as well. But I think Juan Soto is going to get it done for us. Plus 110 here for the chosen Juan on the over 1.5 total bases in our nightcap here in Los Angeles, California. So folks, thank y'all for watching our MLB Best Bets here for June 4th. If you have not yet though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.